I just bought this 1950s Caterpillar track loader, sight unseen, no questions asked, for $2,000. The only thing that I do know about it is that it doesn't run, and hasn't for a very long time. And after saying that out loud, I'm really starting to wonder why I keep doing this to myself. Howdy doody, welcome back to the ranch. My name is Mick. This, my 1950s Caterpillar 933C. I say 1950s because I don't know anything about this thing. I know that it's not a running machine, and it hasn't been for quite some time. But I picked this thing up cheap, and my goal here is to see if I can get it running. And if I can, I'd like to use it around the property here. So if you are a longtime viewer of the channel, you'll know that the other day I was picking up a drop deck equipment trailer for my Peterbilt, and I lost all the footage. Well, unfortunately, the day that I picked this up was the day before that, and footage was on the same GoPro, so that's gone too. This guy stinks! I do have one little clip of me taking it away from the old property. Come on, goosies. All right, we got the 933 loaded up. She was definitely a pain. Felt like a paperweight the whole way up the trailer, but see if we can't haul this thing home, drag it off, and then get it running. But story on this machine is I don't have one. I know it is a 1950s, early 933 model, just from context clues, but I have no information on this thing other than the engine turns freely, which for me was enough to say sold. With all that said, this here little machine will go down in history as my first ever piece of Caterpillar equipment. So what do we know about this here rig? Not a lot. I know that just by looking at the tracks, she has been sitting in the dirt for a long time. The way that I got this off the trailer was I actually parked the trailer right there, took my excavator and just pulled her off, and here it has sat now for about 2 months. I don't really know much about these machines, just context clues like I was saying. This is a D2 undercarriage, and from what I understand, Cat started production on the 933 in 1954, I believe. And they started with a D2 undercarriage, and by 1958, it was on a D4 undercarriage. So this would be the 933C. When they made the change to the D4 undercarriage, that was the 933E. Overall condition of this machine honestly isn't too bad for how long it was obviously sitting. The seat is far gone. It's actually got a little McDonald's wrapper sitting up there. Rest of the cab isn't bad. I mean, all the levers move and everything, so that's good. Still got some good chrome on our hydraulic cylinders all the way around. Undercarriage isn't bad other than how rusty it is, but as far as general wear, it ain't that bad. You know, these aren't all wallered out. They definitely got some wear in them, but still a lot of life left on them. The bucket isn't full of holes. You know, it's got its fair share of rust, but obviously judging by the water sitting in here, we at least don't have any rusted out spots. Radiator looks like it's seen better days. I mean, there's some pretty good humdingers in there, but we'll see if that's holding coolant or not. I'd like to pop this cap off and see what we got in there. Hydraulic tank, diesel tank. We'll check all that out soon. Battery box. Got a battery. A Walmart brand, EverStart. I doubt that has a charge on it anymore, but we'll look at it. Jeez. Battery cables have seen better days. Still got the original paint on the back. Caterpillar 933 TraxCavator. That's pretty cool. Should have a 50 horse 4-cylinder diesel from what I am aware of. Electric start, so there's no pony engine involved with this. Probably just because it's small enough. So without further ado, let's get this hood off, start tearing into this thing. It's interesting, there's a hole in the hood for what looks to be for a pony motor, but there's no pony motor. Coolant, say a prayer, please be full. I see nothing. I'm smelling leaks in my future. That's not good. But also not the end of the world. Onward and upward. Whoa, this is gonna be heavy. I gotta get this exhaust off. Ah. Whoop. That was a nice sound. Ah. Good Lord. They weren't messing around. Oh, God. Lord. All right. Here she is. Come on in here. Don't be shy. Okay. Let's throw this back on. So there you have it. 4-cylinder diesel. Let's check the oil on this thing. I think I saw the dipstick down here. Yeah. It's got oil. It smells old and like oil. From what I can see, she looks awfully grimy. Really no surprise there. Over on this side we got, looks like fuel filter housing, maybe a primer pump of some sort. Fuel pressure gauge. That's nifty. We'll have to see if that works. 4 injectors, so we know it's a 4-cylinder. Looks like we even got glow plugs on this unit. Not sure if they function or not, but we could test those another time. Starter down there, got our solenoid. This looks like it's our throttle lever. Yeah, that comes up here. Let's check our transmission oil here. Oh, oh no, that is milky. We're just gonna tuck that away for now and pretend like we didn't pull that dipstick. And yeah, oil looks clean, so I think we throw a battery on this thing and see if she'll spin over. All we really need to verify is that it is going to turn over, and then I'm going to dig into the fuel system a little bit, and then we're going to give her a go and see if she'll run for us. So let's get the batteries hooked up. Now, I see there's a little jumper cable in here. I don't know if this is 12 volt or 24 volt system. We're gonna try it at 12 first and just see what happens. I'm obviously gonna need a makeshift battery connection here. We'll probably just throw a vice grip on it. And judging by the looks of this copper wire, that's what they probably have been doing for a while. But that's all right. We'll see if she does good the way she is. First and foremost, I'm not even gonna try with this thing in here. Ugh. I got 2 fresh batteries sitting here, so I might as well use them. Gotta figure out which one's my ground and positive too. I really can't see. Yeah, so this red cable back here actually is a ground. So that means this one would have to be a positive running up to the starter switch. Okay, so it's my cable that's on the right. That would be this one. Ugh. So we'll get this one up here first. These might be too big.
That's what she said.
They're group 31s. There. That should give us a little extra room. How about now? One.
One,
Two.
two.
Positive lead hooked up. Negative. Should have power from there. Let's give her a bump, see what happens. Haven't figured out the best way to get in this thing yet. Okay, here's our key down here. Glow plugs to the left, starter to the right. Here we go. Hey, all right. Doesn't sound good, but she turns over. I feel like it probably needs to spin faster to start, but we're not going to worry about that right now. All we care about is the fact that it turns over. And honestly, I am pretty surprised by that with those battery connections. The cables look tough. Okay, hydraulic oil. Everything needs a little motivation to go on here. What about to come off?
What about to come off?
Oh yeah, not even close. There we go. Now how I'm gonna get that off, I don't know. Sure, it's about right here. It's gonna be good enough to run it at least. Okay, this is the fuel tank up here. You know what? I'm really getting bugged by this. Who does this? Why? Just throw away your garbage like a normal person. Toby! The tank has a padlock up here. I obviously do not have a key for that, or at least I don't think I do. If that's our key, I think there's a fat chance, but let's try it. Nock Ranch locksmith service at your service. Toby! Man, 2 for 2. Buy clean fuel. Keep it clean. Thank you, Caterpillar. Okay. Dipstick. We got fuel. Does not smell good at all. But there's fuel in it, so we're gonna run it. The gasket looks good, so I doubt water got in. Let's pull this housing off. I believe this is where the fuel filter sits. I'd like to get my eyes on this. There we go, it is full of fuel. Okay. From what I'm seeing, everything looks really clean.
Gotcha!
I spoke too soon. Good Lord. Here's what we're looking at. This is obviously, these are my filters. Looks like it's deteriorating, but I can't peel it apart. So I definitely need to get these on order. Let's see what it looks like on the inside of there. It's not the best, but to be honest, I've seen worse. That filter is concerning. I definitely need to get a new bundle of them. But I think for now, I'm just gonna throw this back in there, pretend I didn't see it, which is gonna be tough. But here's the thing, I don't even know if this thing runs yet, so I'm not gonna run it for long if it does run. So I'm just gonna put it back the way it was and see if I can even get it started. Okay, since I opened up that system, I'm gonna crack these injectors loose to see if we're getting fuel. I need to bleed it anyway. So, get these glow plug connectors off of here. Which, man, that one is deep in there. This is tight, tight, tight. How am I supposed to get a wrench in there without taking these glow plugs out? Now, I'm not saying that I expected this to be easy by any means, but I'm not trying to move mountains here. I'm just trying to do, you know, some small service items, and this is aggravating. Look at this. In order to get in here to bleed my injectors at the cylinders, I need to remove the glow plugs because I can't get a wrench in here without breaking a glow plug off. You know, and the deeper you go, the worse it gets because your injector lines are in the way. So, I mean, what a pain. And this is the conduit, essentially, for my glow plug wires. But in order to take that off, this one's already broken off. This one, in order to get to that bolt, this injector line's in the way. So, what gives? I mean, that's just, to me, there's got to be a better way to lay this out so you're not dealing with that just to bleed the injectors. Unless this is a self-bleeding system, I doubt it. I tried looking for a primer pump because this is a bleeder screw here, but I don't see a pump, so I'm gonna try leaving this open while turning the engine over to see if I can bleed it that way. I guess this all goes back to just me being new to this machine. I don't have a book to read along with, so I mean, I'm just winging it here. But anyway, what I'm saying is we're just gonna crank this thing over and see what happens, maybe feed her a little bit of ether and see if she pops off. Hey y'all, I'm gonna interrupt this video for a quick second just to say, check out my shirt. Also, to announce my first ever channel giveaway. What's the giveaway, you ask? Well, it's surrounding my limited edition Friends and Family Nock Ranch shirt. If you're a longtime follower, you probably saw in the last video my hoodie that I made up, just toying around with the idea of merchandise for the channel. I'm progressively getting more and more questions about it, so I figured I might as well stay ahead of it. I'm not ready to release a line yet. However, I do want to start to get my ideas down on t-shirts just so I make sure that I'm coming out with quality stuff for you guys. With that said, what I did was went ahead and printed out a small, medium, large, extra large, and 2XL of this t-shirt. It's a Carhartt brand t-shirt. The microphone does not come with it, but if you want a shirt, you guessed it, what you gotta do is the stereotypical. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel, like the video, and drop a comment below of your shirt size. Of course, all this is going to be picked at random. At the end of November, I'm just gonna do a random comment selector for every shirt size. I'll get in touch with you, and from there, I'll get your shipping information and ship you out a shirt. So it's as easy as that. I will announce the winners at the end of November. Like I said, I will be responding to you in the comment section, so keep your eye out for a response. As always, I appreciate the support from each and every one of you. Thank you for following along. I'll quit yapping and leave you to the video. Enjoy. All right, let's see if we start to get some juice out of that bleeder up there. Here we go. Didn't seem like I got anything. I mean, I'm not saying anything, but this came with the vehicle. I'm thinking we spray this in the filter and see what happens. Here we go. Starting to get some smoke from the stack. Okay, I'm starting to get fuel up here. Starting. Let's leave that open. Try again. Try to turn up the throttle a little bit. A little more ether. Try again. Come on. Oh, she wants to go. I mean, I'm not saying anything yet, but if that's all I got to do to get this thing going, we're doing pretty good. Let's try again. Thinking we're gonna have to try a little bit harder than that. Nothing. I really wish I could pull these injectors and check fuel, but man, what a hassle that's gonna be. Okay, I was able to sneak in here and get this injector cracked loose, and I am getting fuel. So I'm gonna call that good. I'm gonna tighten that back up. What I would like to do is crack all of them loose, get all the air out of the system, but that's just not happening. So what I'm going to do is swap this thing over to 24 volt and give her a crank that way, feed her some ether. I don't like giving it ether just as much as the next guy, but that's what we're doing, okay? I'm settled, that's what we're doing. Okay, we are wired in series for 24 volts. Let's bump the key and give this another shot. Key on. Here we go. Getting there. Try again. Is that it? Yeah! I'm getting some smoke here. I can't tell if that's electrical or if it's just exhaust. My wires don't feel hot. It started on 24. I might flip the batteries back over to 12 just to see if it'll start back up. Nah. Let's do this again. Here we go. Like we got oil pressure. Our water temperature is down right now. We're going to see if that moves or not. And we are, I don't know if that means we're charging or what, but we're on the board at least. Wow. Honestly, it sounds pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I was not expecting that at all. She fired right up on 24. I'm gonna try throwing some water down the radiator just to see if it'll start cooling, because I don't know how much water is in there at all, so I at least want to get something in there. Only the finest for my old girl. I'm just kidding, this is not filtered, this is well water. Man, she runs smooth. It's dumping right out the bottom. Right out the bottom, like there's a plug out of it or something. Well, it runs great, like surprisingly well. Very surprising. but water's dumping out of the bottom. I gotta root around in there and see if it's a hole or if it's just a plug that's out of it. I don't know. Tough to say, but the nose of this thing is only a couple bolts, so I'm gonna see if I can't rip it off real quick and see if that helps my vision here. Then we could raise the bucket, but I don't have anything to hold the bucket up, so we'll see. I can't believe how well it runs. I can't believe it. Maybe this is why it was parked, was the radiator. Maybe there's a hole in it or something. I can't imagine. This has to be the same running gear as what a D2 would be from this time, so I gotta imagine that I could pick up a new used radiator for, you know, at least a decent price. Of course, I still don't even know if the bucket goes up, but I'd like to see what's going on here first. That is going to be tough to put on. That thing just popped out of place. I would imagine this thing's gonna be pretty heavy. How heavy, I don't know. But if I can just get it up and over. Okay. Easy. Yeah. Nice. Check out that mouse house. Oh yeah. Big snut. Sure enough. Let's see if you can't see this. Right there. There's a plug out of it. The tough part is, I have no idea what that size is. I might just try running one of these in there just to see. No, it's gonna be too small, but at least that'll give me a gauge. Maybe I got something in the shop. I could try out a couple until something plugs it. All right, well, I scoured the ends of the earth for a bolt that would fit in that hole, but it's too big and too short in order to find something standard. You know, I dug around everywhere, exhausted all my options. I have no way of plugging that drain plug, so I'm gonna have to order one. But before I do that, I just want to fire this thing up and see if I can get it to go back and forth, up and down, and maybe even left to right. But we'll see. Anyway, batteries are hooked back up. Let's jump back in the cab and see if we can't fire this thing back up again. Okay, key on. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Buck it up. It's working. How about tilt? Tilt down. Yeah, that's some soupy stuff. That's reverse. Yeah. I don't know where my dog is. Man, trying to get this thing to go into gear. There we go. Nice. All right, I don't want to get it hot, which I definitely was running it too long there, but it doesn't seem like it's too hot. It looks hot though. Wow.
Wow.
I mean, what a pleasant surprise. I can't believe the clutches even broke loose and I could steer. I mean, it wasn't easy. I had to press the brake and pull, but they started to go after a little bit. Wow, what a rush. I mean, that's what you get for messing with equipment from the 50s. It takes a lot to stop these things. And for those of you that are familiar with the channel and know all about the... Lady doesn't like the drone. You gonna be all right, honey? Come here, it's okay. Come here. You're all right, mama. You're all right. You're all wet from the creek, huh? Yeah. That TD14 that we were messing with, such a bummer that I couldn't get to steer at all, but I have a little bit of hope that just messing around with it, getting it up to temperature, and running it back and forth like this, maybe it'll start to break loose. I'm not sure. That one has a whole heap of other issues though, so it'll be fun to mess around with this one too in the meantime while messing around with that one, but I'm gonna want some equipment back here that actually works, and this thing seems like it's pretty darn close. Just a quick service and finding a plug for that radiator. I think we're gonna be up and running this thing, so pretty exciting. Obviously, this thing is far from perfect and needs a lot of work, but as does everything on this property, and I'm fine with having a working project, but it'd be, like I said, it'd be nice to have something that I can toy around with while I'm working on it, and this seems like the ticket to do so. So you're going to be seeing more of this machine. That is for dang sure. With that, I think we're going to bring this one to a close. You're definitely going to be seeing more of this machine. Please do me a favor. If you know anything about these machines and want to clue me in on some history, drop it down in the comments. I read through all those and I would really appreciate it, quite frankly. I'll snap a quick picture of the VIN tag. That way one of you might be able to tell me what year this is from. Truly, that would be a big help. So please, if you know anything, go ahead and drop a comment, let me know. With that, we're going to chalk this one up as a great success.
Great success.
And I'm going to get back to work here. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, please do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it, all that fun stuff. We're really climbing up here, and again, I mentioned it in the other dozer video. It's videos like this that I'm really hoping are gonna get some attraction for the channel, because obviously we're a fresh new face here in this business, so I could use every subscriber that I can get. So if you liked it, subscribe, tag along. We got a lot coming up on the channel, a lot of fun stuff coming down the pipeline. So rest assured, I'll keep working, you guys keep watching. I'll see you all in the next one, but always remember, don't be afraid to grab that wrench, get after yourself. We'll see you next time.